Good morning, New Zealand. Welcome to Sweet Chain Live. My name's Matt Drake. This is episode 234, and I'm joined this evening by my co-host, Morgan Hardevale. Good evening, Morgan.
We're back. We are back.
We are.
Yes.
How have you been? It's been a hot minute since we've had a show. Well, 2 weeks, but how have you been?
Hot minutes. Yeah, been good. Obviously, been up in Lake Ohau last week, hence why I wasn't here and just ruined the show for everybody. So apologies on that one. I've been really good though, man. Really, really good. And yourself? How's things up in Wellytown?
Yeah, it's been good. I'm real busy. So yeah, just so much on outside of disc golf. So
Yeah.
it's been yeah a bit packed, but not with throwing discs. So yeah, we've played Fault Line since we last spoke, which was good fun, if not a little bit frustrating, with the well, let's be honest, with the quality of player I am, it was frustrating. And so yeah, that was done. But no, you had a great weekend last week by the looks of it down in Wahi, looking at all the photos and stuff that you've been doing.
Yep, no, absolutely excellent. Adam and I spent 5 days there from Wednesday through till Monday. We had an eventful start of the trip. We blew one car up before we even left Queenstown, so that put us back, well, the whole half day that we'd planned to work on the Wednesday. We didn't get there till nearly 7 o'clock at night, but shit happens, really. You said that you've seen a lot of photos. One thing I'd like to just shout out right at the top of the show is if anyone from the weekend is watching tonight, please go to your emails, check an email that I sent out yesterday with a Google form for adding all your photos so we can try and bring a bit of a collective together, and I'll try and do a bit of a video with a bunch of those photos that everyone's been taking throughout the weekend. So, and I just want to see a different point of view of the weekend from you guys and your phones. So yeah, please do that.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Right. Well, look, we've got a great show today. We've got a few things to go through, quite a few things to go through, actually. First up, we're going to be doing the draw for. We're going to do the draw. We're going to tell you how you can enter the draw for the 500 subscriber mark. So we've got a couple of discs to give away.
Shout out 500
for that. I know. Thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed. It's incredible. Quite a milestone for us that we've been eyeing up for some time. We've got a couple of real nice discs to give away, which we'll be telling you how you can enter in a moment. We've also got Levi. Levi Stout joins us tonight for a chat. He's going to talk to us a little bit about what he's been doing and what he intends to be doing. He's obviously playing in the Garden City Open this weekend, and we'll be breaking down the odds and the divisions for that tournament this weekend. And you know, it's looking like Sweet Chain Tipping season 4 might be over at this point, but we'll have a look. There's still some way to go, and a few tournaments left.
Yeah, just on the Levi thing, Matt, obviously if you guys aren't aware, the GCO player meeting was about an hour or so ago, or 7 o'clock, 2 hours ago. There was also the SGM that ran during that, and then finally with that, at the end, off the back of that, they had Levi, Francis, and Alison Tweedy up on stage where they did a live interview. Really good to just hear the thoughts of those three and hear some of Arne's chirps that he usually has on the Sweet Chain show when he does come on. The one where he said Alison should fight Ida, bit out the gate. But you know what? Someone texted me and said, is it the Kiwi way? But Levi sort of edged us a little bit with some information. So I look forward to interviewing him a little bit and seeing what we can get out further from his chats tonight up at GCO.
Indeed. Also, Morgan, I don't know if you've seen this. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to the day.
Yes.
Until Christmas Day.
Holy Moses.
Has that not crept up or what? I'm sat here going, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I just got chills. You said that. I think they're nervous chills, though. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, well, nervous chills for you. You haven't got 2 young kids that you've still got to sort out. So, yeah, 6 weeks till Christmas, which means it's Secret Santa time. We're doing it again this year. If you
it.
want to get involved, Secret Santa's fantastic. We're going to post the link into the chat very shortly. We're using a third-party helper website thing to do it this year because it's a lot easier and fairer and etc. And so we'll post the link into the chat. But essentially, what it is you sign up, and then on the 3rd of December, so in 2 weeks' time, is that 2 weeks' time? Yeah, about 3 weeks' time. Sorry, 3 weeks' time. We're going to give you you'll get an email with a name and an address, and then the idea is that you gift that person a Christmas present. It can be whatever you like. All right. It can be anything you like. It can be disc golf related. It can be not disc golf related. The only requirement is that it's a minimum of one premium plastic new disc. Okay. On top of that, you can go any direction you like. Okay. And we encourage you to do some research on the person that you picked out, find out what they like and don't like, and then gift appropriately. In the past, we've had some absolute crackerjacks going on, and there is a Facebook page, Facebook group, sorry, where you can post all of the photos of your Secret Santa gifts in, and also let people know what some of your preferences are, which has been a lot of fun in the past. So there's the link. Go in and sign up. I'm going to sign up after the show, and then yeah, on the 3rd of December. That's when we'll be doing the draw for who gets what. So on the 4th of December, on the show then, we'll be able to just remind you to check your emails and your spam folders, whatever. Yeah. So links in the chat, Secret Santa. You got 3 weeks to sign up. We'll harp on about
it's super fun, right? It's super fun, right? And it gives the people it gives the people that it gives you the opportunity, and the people that are the other people the opportunity to actually dig into your life a little bit and just see what you like, what sort of things you're into. Obviously, we have the notes section where you can be like, I like this sort of candy or this sort of snack, this sort of disc, yada yada. My Secret Santa showed up last year, and it had cryptic clues to places we may have met in the past. Had a few random bits and pieces of things that I didn't put into those notes. So I really love that about it, and I hope that everyone can sort of get into that spirit of things and really just get in behind this, because it's a fun time of year that we all get to share together.
It's a good bit of fun. We've actually had our first people already signed up. I've just seen the email ping through. So great work. Yeah, and look, who doesn't love a mystery box? Okay, who doesn't love a mystery box? 100%. It's not about receiving. It is about giving, and it's about sharing. You know, is there any discs or any paraphernalia or anything that might be in the back room or in your garage and stuff, which you think, oh, do you know what? Someone out there would get a lot of joy from this, and be something that a recipient might enjoy. So yeah, get on to the Secret Santa. The other thing we're going to do right now is we're going to tell everybody how you can enter the draw for tonight's winning prize. Now, so there's two prizes up for grabs. The first one. Tom is showing us on screen now. He's not on the screen quite yet, but he will be in a minute. He's got this. Tom, now people have never seen your face, but just explain to us what the disc is.
Yep, so this is a Platinum Pekka Pekka, signed by Scott Stokely.
Wow. Platinum Pekka Pekka signed by Scott Stokely. Yes. And this is also up for grabs. Hopefully the green screen. This is a Z-Line Undertaker signed by Paige Pierce. So very apt, given. Oh yeah, okay. I'll try and get it. It is there. I promise. It's just that the green screen is not enjoying my red disc. Yes. So a Paige Pierce signed Undertaker, and you've got a Scott Stokely signed Pekka Pekka.
And you guys get to look at my garage for just a moment while I show you this one here. This is a Japan Open disc from 2023. Not autoed like you guys, but I only have a few autographed discs left in my collection. As much as I love you guys, I think I love the discs just as much. But I do have a box over to my right here that is full of pretty special discs to me, collector items. This is one. I haven't given away any of my Japan Open stuff, so whoever does get this tonight, I hope you enjoy it.
Wow. So you got a free pack of discs there, very diverse mix. And so we'll what we'll be doing is it will be running a duck race. You need to put 500 into the chat to get yourself into the duck race. So 500 into the chat gets you an entry into the duck race. You can only enter once. There'll be one winner, and they'll take all 3 discs. Yeah, excellent. We're getting
okay. We don't. Hang on. Can I question that? Do we want to gift 3 people since we're talking about a little bit of gifting here?
Well,
we didn't really chat about this before the show, so it's on both of us for just having to have an argument about this live on the show.
Well, that's it. So we get to air our dirty laundry. Morgan, what do you?
I would personally love to see 3 winners. You know, there's a lot of supporters in here, and they're three very nice discs.
The chat's just been filling up, so it does look like, I don't know how many entries we've got, probably in the region of about 20 to 30 already. So look, okay, let's do 3 winners, all right, and we'll draw them one after another. You can't win more than once, but we'll do 3 winners, and we'll tell you which disc you get drawn out each time. All right, so you got 3 chances to win.
Now the truth comes out. I'm just here for the 3 duck races. You know.
That's right. So 500 into the chat gets you entry into the thing. Whilst you're in the comment section, how about you jump across to the like button and hit the like? That really helps us out. And helps us to push our subscriber counts even further, gets us in front of some more eyes, and helps to grow the channel. So if you like what we do, then please head across to the like and subscribe, as 502 of you have already done, which is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, guys.
Right. Now, I suppose we better get on with the show. We are going to go to hot scores first of all, and so Morgan, take us through the South.
Yes, sir. I'm actually just trying to open it on my computer, but it's not going to work, so we'll bring it up over here. Apologies, team. There it is, right there. Starting off in the South, as always. Unfortunately, Invercargill still out of action right now, so the non-applicable this week. And then we head over to Chingford, where Phil Bova is still found down in the deep south, shooting a very nice 21, 7 under par, hot score of the week down at Chingford. Over to Brockville and see Sean Aiken with a 3 down, and then to Flight Park in my neck of the woods, where Jack shoots a 4 under par. Lovely work for Jack. Queenstown Gardens and the Stiffmeister, this weekend's MA1 champion at Waihi Tapu, keeping those hot scores going with a 12 under par. Lismore Park and Mundo McDisc with a 13 under par. Then we go to Jelly Park, where we have a first-time entry into the hot scores, I believe, Matt, and that is with a 12 under par, and that is with your FJ12 world champion, Sarah Wadsworth. Woo!
Sarah Wadsworth onto the hot scores the first time, but not, I'm certain, won't be the last time.
Absolutely not. Not a chance. But then we do move over to Bottle Lake, where we see Jeremy Prockenshire with an 8 down, and then Latham gets it done at Wazza. Warren Park with a 6 under par. Small Boat Reserve, Sammy Hall with a 13 down, and then Queen's Park Reserve, Isaac Loy with a 6 down. Tamati gets it done with a 5 under at Taylor River, and the last of the South Island up at Brantford Park sees Marcus Lovell with a very nice 11 under par. Up to the north.
Starting off in Berhampore in the capital, we've got Brady Cush, who goes around the hills on the 44, 14 under par. Over here, Cock hits 2 under par for a 25 up to Harcourt Park, and Andy Davey shoots 47, 7 down. Jared Saw is the hot score around Flaxmere with a 12 under. Nadamu Happy goes around Spa Park Black at Evans. Goes to Scion Tree Nursery for 6 under. Henderson Jackson Sullivan is the champ there once again with a 12 under par. And finally, it's Luke Humphreys and Aaron are the hot scores around Woodhill and Rosedale, shooting a 6 and 5 under par respectively. So well achieved a hot score this week.
Fantastic.
Now, we're going to bring our guest in this evening, who is fresh off a Q&A with NZDG following the AGM. I'm sure everybody tuned in to watch that. We haven't had him on the show for a while, actually, Morgan. I'm trying to remember the last time that we did, but it's not coming to mind. It would have perhaps been last summer, maybe. Was probably.
I'm sure he'll be able to tell us.
Maybe. But good evening to Levi Stout.
G'day, Matt. How's it going? I don't even remember when the last time I was on the show was. I remember we used to have a rule that I only got my once a year appearance because you were trying to get tournament winners on the show, but I kept winning too many. So it's been a while.
Was something like that. I mean, if you win 2 or 3 in a row, that makes it very difficult to get you. So then, tell us about your win. So I mean, it's good. Anyway, we're glad to have you back.
Absolutely.
And quite a timely time, I guess. It's your last big event of the year is this coming weekend at GCO in Christchurch. You are in Christchurch already, waiting for tomorrow's round to start. You've got quite an early tee time from memory.
Yep, 12 hours, 10 minutes from now.
12 hours. You got no friends in the tournament directors box at GCO. Clearly,
I get
not giving you any.
I get the early, no wind. I'm actually looking forward to the early tee times. Honestly,
Oh, no, that's true.
Good.
Yeah.
9:30
a.m. alongside Francis, Daniel Hunter, and Andrew Popham. That's a great card to kick things off with.
It's just it's just a little bit of morning dew to deal with. Is there in the mornings? So yeah, fantastic. Okay, well, talking about GCO before we move on to 2026. This weekend you've been out and practiced the course probably today and maybe before. It's a new course. How are you finding it?
Really good actually. So we got in on Wednesday. Yes, today's Thursday. Yeah. We got in yesterday and we decided we'd get round for a quick round, and that turned out to be a great decision because it was raining all day today. So obviously we were too keen to get out there today. We just had to deal with it. But the last time I played this course was, I think it was 2023 maybe, the year that Ethan and I both won our South Islands in the same year. I think it was the first GCO.
And was that, has the course changed for those who aren't in Christchurch and might not have played the new layout? Has it changed materially since then?
So it uses pretty similar land to the original gold layout. I think it was gold. Yeah. But it's very different this year. A lot of the holes have been tweaked. And me personally, I think all the changes they made are good changes. I honestly didn't like the course the first time I played it. I thought there was a lot of holes that didn't really separate scores all that well. But I think, some of the longer par threes have been shortened by just like 10 or 20 meters. It makes it just that much easier.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
At the top end. Yeah, and then also there's some softer par fours in the field now as well, which is good. So they've sort of split up a lot of those 150 meter holes into either 180 meter or 120 meter holes. So from the round I got to play yesterday, I really like the changes. And
can I ask? Sorry, can I just ask? They've obviously just installed the brand new course there at Hagley.
Yep.
Are they using any of the normal course?
Yep.
Or is it all pop up?
No, it's mostly permanent actually. It's
okay.
Holes 1 through, you're putting me on the spot here. 1 through 14 are from the regular course, and then 15, 16, and 18 are new.
Okay, that's awesome because you were saying that the courses you really like it this year, especially compared to at least 2023. So there you go, big tick in the box for the designers of the new Hagley development course there.
Yep.
Well done.
Yeah, I think they've done, like I say, I think they've done really well just to tweak up the course that they had and just adjust it to make it. Yeah, hopefully it separates a little bit better than last time.
Mm-hmm. No, fantastic.
Now, for this tournament, you are the odds-on favourite by some distance. And the next highest are like 13, and it's very clustered in that group that follows you. Although, albeit into odds-wise, they're quite a bit further back. So, I guess my question is, what have you been doing, or how have you been preparing for a tournament like this where most people consider you to be the favorite? How do you prepare kind of mentally? I'll come on to the physical practice and stuff in a moment, but how do you prepare kind of mentally for that challenge, knowing that there's going to be a lot of people out there who want to chase you down, who want to take a scalp, so to speak?
Yeah, that's a good question. It has been a little bit different trying to prepare for this tournament compared to prior tournaments. Obviously, the last tournament I failed to convert coming down the stretch. So a lot of it has just been building up the confidence, obviously through my physical practice, but just reminding myself a loss doesn't ever define my career. And obviously the next tournament is always the most important one. Can't change the past.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just been trying to build up the self-confidence really. And through my practice routine, just establish that, I can tackle this course or any conditions that might pop up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in terms of your kind of physical preparations, what we've noticed you follow Levi's Instagram, for example, which his handle is underneath his face at Levi.Stout.DG, is you've been hitting the gym quite a bit. You've been doing some lifting, which is, I mean, you might just simply not have posted about it in the past, but has that been a relatively new addition to your kind of routine and your preparations?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of picked that up towards the end of all my classes for university. I found I didn't have time for it during the year, but obviously I decided to try make time through exams and now, and I figure I can just get some good momentum rolling with that over summer.
Yeah.
Especially heading into like TDU, it's something I want to be physically prepared for. It is something I've done in the past, but I've really put in like the last six or 7 weeks have been like probably the most consistent I've ever been in the gym. Like throughout high school, especially year 11, 12, and 13, I was relatively consistent, but it was only 2 or 3 times a week. So it's been really good recently getting into the habit of just consistently going, because it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. Like I know how to do it, but I've just never, properly set apart that time to actually commit to this.
And I mean, studying what you do, because you're studying physiotherapy, right?
Yeah.
So my question is what benefits are you hoping to realize from adding in more sort of dedicated or a stronger element of gym work and strength work? How are you hoping that will benefit your game? Further, are you looking to prevent injury? Are you looking to be able to last in a 4-day tournament, less fatigue? What benefits are you hoping to get? And I guess the follow-on question for that might be, why should anybody watching this do the same?
It's kind of underrated in disc golf, I think. at the moment. The whole gym thing. Wow, it really depends on who you ask. But, most people tend to just say, well, it's all about technique. Look at Gannon Burr. He can throw 600 feet and he's, not the strongest guy out there. And that's somewhat true. And I would listen to that if I was 6'8" and throwing 600 feet. Unfortunately, not all of us can have insane lever length to throw really, really far. The reality is being stronger, being faster will make you throw further. I haven't obviously given the gym enough time to really see that result. But if you look at someone like Nick Crush disc golf or Blitz disc golf, they're two popular internet coaches. And they kind of just show that you don't have to have, Gannon Burr level form to be able to throw 600 feet. Those guys are absolute beasts. Lots of sprint training, plyometrics, heavy weight training. That's one aspect for sure. It does have a tangible benefit. Obviously, if you can generate more force, you're going to be able to throw further, given that you have good technique. So that's the first thing. Second thing is just putting on more muscle mass. That's just a general thing. Like I've been threatening the underweight side of the BMI scale for a while. So, I figure it's probably time to bulk up a little bit, put some meat on my bones. But also, if you want to get strong, being big will help with that as well. Obviously, you're going to have a limit to how strong you can get at a certain size. So if you get bigger, in theory, you get stronger as well. That one's pretty simple, but also just being prepared for all sorts of challenges on the courses. Like I've had some hip issues. Again, nothing bad, just muscle pain. And it's just simply because I don't train, that specific motion. I don't train abduction or internal rotation. So doing these things at the gym is just like, well, when my body goes to try to do that, when it throws, it's going to be able to do that more often, better, more efficiently. I think there really isn't, as long as you know what you're doing and you're not putting yourself at risk of injury, there really isn't any downside to going to the gym unless you're taking steroids.
Sorry, Matt, it's very clear from the way that you're explaining yourself throughout this entire thing right now that you are studying this and it is going in and it's staying there because you do, right? You have a deep understanding of what you're talking about right now. This isn't just something you've watched on YouTube and heard about, or someone like myself repeating from what you're saying right now, the Joe Rogan effect, they say. You actually totally understand this and can put this into a real world situation for yourself, correct?
Yeah. It's not just physio. I've also been talking to some coaches on the internet, just casually, nothing serious, but I've had some conversations with like Nick Crush. Again, go look him up. He's got some great videos. I love watching a bit of him, and there's some really interesting stuff, and just like plyometric training, the stretch shortening cycle, all these different things. And it's been great trying to integrate with, like you say, my physio learning, because it's like, I can use that for disc golf,
Yeah.
Everything's just
totally.
looking at it through the lens of disc golf.
And you're doing your form review videos and things online on YouTube. And would you go and work with those guys potentially? Have you had that sort of chat with them to sort of maybe do a collab?
Well, I have done kind of a collab. So I don't know if you've heard of Brian Weissman, The Method. He's done a video looking at my form because I reached out to him. I was just like, my form probably looks a little bit different to some pros. I've got different back leg mechanics to what people say is optimal. So I was really curious about that. And like I say, I've talked to a lot of them, but I haven't really done much in terms of, actually getting proper professional advice outside of, there is a video that Brian posted about my form. So that one's a good watch.
Could we find that, Tom, potentially, if you have a mo, and see if you can plug that into the chat? Thank you.
So your coaching hat on for a moment. If I'm a 900 to 920 rated MA2 player, and I want to get better at disc golf, how important is doing gym work compared to putting practice, compared to field work, compared to getting out and playing rounds? Where would you kind of slot it in a I don't know, like a tier list, if you like, or a priority list for your 920 rated or 900 rated, let's say, MA2/MA3/MA40 player?
Well, for that player, let's do a quick tier list. So, putting practice, that's like S tier. Fieldwork, S tier. Going to the course and playing rounds with your mates, that's probably like, B or C tier. And then gym is like F for that level of player.
So it's for that level of player. Okay, right. So this is it's very, what we're doing now is saying the gym work that you're doing is going to have a bigger difference to your game because of the level it's at, than say a player who's not at your level, and those players will benefit more from being on the putting garden and heading to an open field and getting to know the discs.
Yeah, well, one of the things is it's not necessarily the level that I'm at, it's the amount that I'm playing. So you could be 920, and if you were doing as much field work, as many rounds as I was doing, it's probably useful to be doing those things. But if you're just playing disc golf because it's fun, then I don't really see much point in that time investment. The other thing is, have you heard of the 80-20 rule? It's the Pareto distribution, I think they call it.
Absolutely.
So, the 20% of tasks that give the 80% of results is like going to a field and throwing, or putting. So that's like, I don't have to put in much time, and I'm going to get heaps of results instantly. And then you might have the other things like just going to the course or going to the gym, doing like practicing standstill, lean out Anheisers from bushes, or standstill forehands. All these things are the 20% of results. So you've already got the bulk from doing all your field work and whatnot. And so what I recommend for people that are trying to improve is obviously focus on the small tasks that are going to give you the big results. But I'm at the point where I can't get away with that. I have to squeeze all 100% out of this, or else I'm just not going to improve.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. That makes complete sense. And hopefully that's, you don't want to scare people off by saying you got to get down to the gym, because else, that I think that for some people the gym can seem to be quite the gym can feel a little bit what's the right word? Overwhelming, perhaps, is a word. And I've sponsored a fair few gyms in my time, and I don't think I'll do that again. But so let's move on to next year, 2026. You've got the TDU coming up in early January. That's for the first 3 weekends, I think, and then there's a week gap, and then the next weekend. So moving into February. How is the preparation for that going, and is there anything specific that you haven't touched on that you've been doing in order to prepare for that event?
Not really. So far, like I say, the biggest thing that I've been doing different recently, and will continue to do so, is the gym. I'll be trying to build up that strength base, but really this summer will be just trying to pack on distance, because having an extra 20 meters right now would be just the icing on the cake to my game.
What's just tell us, what's your number right now?
150.
Just turn them off.
Like, right. 150 is nice until you play with Aaron Gossage and watch him outdrive you by 40 meters, and do it with a two-step,
So
18 times on a round it can be pretty demoralizing, I should imagine.
So that's what you're looking to do right now, is add 20 meters and the rest, at least right now, so you can take on these guys at TDU. Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, but also just long-term development of my game.
Yeah.
And so, what else has 2026 got in store for you? What's the plan after Tour Down Under?
Well, I'm actually not going back to university next year, so I've done my first 2 years of physio. Learned a bit, and I am taking a gap year to go and try my hand at this disc golf thing.
Wow! So you're going to America.
Yep.
You're going to play on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and you're going to be like, is it going to be like full van life? Are you sort of committed to decking out a Toyota Estima with a little bed in the back and
yes,
whatever?
At this stage, I'm still looking at finding a tour partner. Ideally, I'll be find someone who's got a car and doing Airbnbs and just travel around with them. That would be ideal. Van life wouldn't be it would be nice. It's just such a high initial investment to get started.
Yeah, I can imagine
with that.
But it's got to be the way to do it. Morgan, if I was 20 years younger and I was 200 points better at disc golf, that would just be the dream, wouldn't it? I wouldn't even need to be. I wouldn't need to be. 20 years
it's still the dream to get a car and go drive across America for me, at least at some point. So. Yeah, Levi, that's really, really, really exciting news. I tried to edge it out of you. Matt just plain old asked you. I just tried to let you do it yourself. But yeah, good job, Matt. That's very, very exciting. I hope you're excited, right? Because you've obviously had to keep this under wraps a little bit, probably outside of your close circle, I would say, because the word hasn't really got around. Well, it hasn't got around.
Well, it's gotten around more than I expected. I really have kept. Yeah, like I say, this year I've really only talked to about three disc golfers, and it's Jack Maffey, Isaac Ladder, and Francis Orange. So they've kind of known
sure that
for
Jack
a while. Minus Jack Maffey now. But outside of that, I've kept it pretty hush hush. But I'm not sure. Yeah. Not sure that all the sponsors have been doing the same. Well,
Roger.
Won't name any names, but one of them's a bit of a gossip.
So, how do you kind of do this? Because when you sign up for a tournament in New Zealand, it goes on to Disc Golf Scene. You hit register, you pay your money, and then that's it. You're not doing that with this? Presumably, there's another way of doing it. Have you got a tour card? Is that how they do it, or have you joined some subscription, or how do you get yourself entered into all these tournaments?
It actually is the same.
Okay.
But they do tiered entry for the most part. Yeah. So tour card holders get first dibs, and then they open up to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I currently qualify for tier 1, so won't have any issue entering any events. I think I can apply for a tour card exemption. The problem is there's
overseas waiver or something.
There's no way of qualifying for a tour card in New Zealand.
Right.
So you'd think exemptions exist for people who don't have ways to.
Well, there's got to be a few countries that applies to. I can't imagine that for example, Japan has an exemption, or I don't know, maybe they do, but I'm
gonna assume that that's something that NZDG would also be writing a letter about as well in support. Have you had that conversation?
The applications haven't opened from what I've seen.
Okay,
I've checked a couple times, but I think it's basically anyone outside of US and Europe just doesn't really have a chance to do that, which is fair enough, I guess. It's really hard to set up a qualification standard for internationals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you've obviously been thinking about this for a little while. This is planned. I mean, your future planning, you've decided to take a gap year after 2 years of studying. you must have a hit list of tournaments that you've got in the scope right now, and could you at least give us the first 3, if not all, that you are planning on trying to attend?
Well, I'm just trying to maximize how much disc golf I can play while I'm over there. So, because I have a student loan, I don't want to change my tax residency status, which is a little bit annoying. But if I'm playing really well over there and earning enough money, it doesn't really matter if I get a little bit of student loan interest.
Is it counted as an income in terms of getting working visas and that?
No, it's counted as recognition. Prize money is counted as recognition. There's a lot of stuff with visas that's been a little bit annoying, but basically how it's worked out is I'll probably have about 5 months total, and during that 5-month span, I'll have up to 90 days in a row in the US, up to 90 days in a row in Europe, and then up to 90 days in a row back in the US.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So that won't start early on in the season though.
Because you've got to time the European swing, I guess.
Yeah. But also, like, I don't qualify for Champions Cups. There's not much point me being there, and I want to play Nationals next year. So I'm hanging around for Nationals before I go. Hopefully my first event will be, I think it's March, late March.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry, yeah, North Island is April. That's to be March, yeah.
So I think the first event I'll hopefully be playing will be Jonesboro, and then like Kansas City, and then a bunch of others that I just can't remember off the top of my head. Probably OTB Open. Still not sure around some of the transition events, but then I'll try play like the full European swing, try play Worlds, and then through to about Idlewild. And once we get to there, like the playoff events, it kind of becomes like a see what happens, because if I'm playing really well and potentially earn a USDGC invite, I'll probably try stay around for that. If it goes really well, obviously it would be awesome to play the DGPT Championships. But basically, I'm hoping to get a pretty full season from about Jonesboro through till the playoffs.
Wow,
fantastic!
That's some pretty exciting news, man.
Yeah, I mean that's just living the dream of the vast majority of people who are listening and watching.
I mean, we've been pushing it on the show for a number of years now, right? That we want to see you do that. Not pushing to the point where like, come on, Levi, let's go. As in, he's gonna go, isn't he? Because he's this damn good. How could he not go, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, you've. I think you've absolutely done the right thing in at least starting your studying career, if we'll call it that. And then taking a break. I think this is a really, really wise way to go about it. So yeah. Good job, Levi. Like really good job.
Irrelevant of how next year goes, you still have a choice at the end of the year on what direction you want to go, right? So whether you want to come back to New Zealand and study, or whether you want to go back for subsequent years. I mean, you've always still got that choice, which irrelevant of how well you perform. So I think that's a well thought out thing to do. And obviously, we're wishing you the very best of luck. Don't forget about us. We will be giving you a call every now and again just to try and shoehorn you into the show, even if it's at some ungodly hour. We'll try and make it work. So yeah, right. So look, Morgan, anything else you want to cover with Levi before we let him go? Because we've chatted to him for quite a while today.
Yeah, no, not really. Just go easy on them tomorrow. Or don't.
Or don't. Well, you'll have a look at the odds. You'll have a look at the odds a little bit later on. We'll go through the full odds for the Garden City Open coming up. So yeah, it would. And Levi is the favourite going in, and he has his tee time in about a few hours. So
just under 12 hours.
We're going to let you go. Get some rest and be fresh for tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Fantastic news on next year. We very much look forward to renew my DGPT subscription now. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. So Levi, thank you so much.
Sweet. Thanks for having me. I just want to say one more thing. We have an exciting fundraiser / tour series disc.
Here we go.
So when do these drop?
If you want to get your hands on one of them, yeah, either hit me up or I think they should be on the RPM website soon.
So
if not now. These are all pickers. So for all the slower arm speeds, hopefully they're nice and straight.
And you've got them in atomic and cosmic, because the atomic ones tended to be more understable from memory.
That was in the first run. In the first run, the atomics were quite flippy. These ones, I haven't actually thrown them yet, but they feel more like a stable run. They're all atomic.
I see.
From what I've seen.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Fantastic. Well, yes. So message Levi on @levi.stout.dg on Instagram, or head over to the RPM website and get your hand on one of those tour series discs. Help Levi out when he gets to his American adventure next year. We're seeing how that goes, and also how you go this weekend. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and yeah, we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Cheers, Levi.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers. See you later. There we go. Exciting news, Morgan.
Poor player. Let's go. Love it.
I mean, we've been talking on the show about maybe will it possibly happen. I mean, I can remember even going back as far as 2021 when the show started, that and Levi was just destroying all the junior divisions. That that it was something that we had to keep half an eye on. And yes, I'm so glad that it's come to fruition for him.
There's a memory I have of Levi that I bring up from time to time with the right people, but I'll never forget being in Invercargill one year. I couldn't tell you what year it was. He was probably 10, 11 years old, and he's just going through Iran stack. Yeah, a couple of years ago, going through Iran stack of discs, and Iran going, stop putting fingerprints on the discs. And just to see him go from there, and to me, what seems like a very short space of time, but it has been a number of years, is just incredible, because it did happen really quickly. And then it's been a long time now. He's been dominating pretty much everybody, right? And there's only a few people that are just starting to catch up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so yeah, look, it's going to be incredible. Going to be incredible to watch. So look, it's going to be good fun. Now, if you're sat there wondering why lots of people have put 500 into the chat and going, what is going on? And you haven't decided that you're going to join that queue and just put 500 in anyway, then please do, because it will get you into the entry, or rather to the duck race, to win one of these, either the Page Pierce Undertaker, which again I'll try and beat the green screen, but I failed. Oh no, I sort of have. It's signed by Page Pierce. It's a red Undertaker. We've also got a Japan Open. I'm not sure what disc that is, Morgan, but it's
a Mako 3.
A Mako 3, a greeny orangey thing, 3. And it's a greeny yellowy thing, I should say. And then finally, behind, or rather, yeah.
Oh, it's on screen.
Behind the disc is the Scott Stokely signed Pekka Pekka. So yeah,
fantastic.
So there we are. So lots of we're going to be doing the draw for that a little bit later on. Anthony Gilbert in the chat saying, "Here I was excited about the giveaway. Levi's news just big putted the giveaway. Make sure."
Yes. Well, yeah, it did.
It absolutely did. Make sure, Anthony, that you are entered. Just a side note, Chris the Warder, I can see that you've entered about 6. We get it. You're in the draw. All right. You don't need to, and then that's lovely. So excellent. It is one entry per person. Yeah. And have a look at some of the events that were being played over the last couple of weeks. More, it feels like quite a while ago that the Fault Line Fury took in here in Wellington.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. But here we go. So in MPO, Johnny Wake takes out the win. by a single stroke over Andy Davey and Sergei Sanin. I think from memory, this kind of went everywhere over the weekend, and there was at one point where all three of those guys were leading. There was also a point where I think other players were leading as well. And so yeah, it was incredible scores from those guys, including a 10:45 rated second round by Johnny Wake. That was around California Park. And shoots a very impressive 12 under par. That was 4 shots better than the next best. Difficult, not a difficult course, but yeah, one that you have to really be on it every single. It's really mentally fatiguing because you have to be on it every single tee, right? If you screw up the tee on pretty much any of those holes, you can't grab the birdie, and so you've got to be, unless you can always throw it in from wherever, but you've got to be on it all the time, which is can be quite fatiguing after a full day. In FPO, Hannah Edmonds takes out the win here. MA1, Devin Taylor from Taranaki wins over KJ Carrig by a single shot, and Tim Wilson in third. Very competitive MA1 division there. The highlight being Devin's round 3 968, which was very good. Down into MA40, Stan Morris wins by 6 strokes over Gary Jarvis and Richard McDonald in third. Richard had a quite a big lead, well, a 2-stroke lead overnight in MA40, and yeah, so. But then struggled a little bit on Sunday. Gary Jarvis with the highest rated round of the weekend in MA40 with a 989 rated 4th round. In FA40, Kath Headley wins by 10 strokes, relatively comfortably, shooting above her rating in all 4 rounds, I should say. So well done to Kath. She's not suffering from the tournament director 8-shot penalty, or rather, if she did, then she still performed very well despite the handicap. In MA3, Ivan Fadapapa wins over Graham Lewis and Paul Gold by 11 strokes. So well done to Ivan. Some strong rounds there. 928 rated round 2 in MA3 is strong, particularly around California Park. And in FA3, Karen Chow is the winner here. Again, with 4 rounds higher than her rating. Jacob Rice takes out MJ 18. Now,
just looking back up to MPO, that's just some pretty hectic scoring, right? To have one person with a 10:45 rated round, and then the top 3 to be separated by 2 strokes is, all of those guys are doing something right. Yeah.
They all did something right at different points of the weekend. It was very it was very kind of up and down and all about, and those 3 guys were the favorites from the start. You could have argued that perhaps Francis should have been in the conversation, and I think if what he might consider to be a lackluster first round, then he could have found himself into the mix there as well. Now up to Auckland for the Auckland Disc Golf Champs, which was held at the Orchard, I believe. Jake Brennan takes the win out here over Jackson Sullivan by 2 strokes. So a little bit of a surprise result for some people there. And Jake hits a 10-11 rated round 3. So well done to him.
Fantastic.
With Jacob Klinglesmith in third. In MP40, Mark Dakiv takes out the win over Anthony Rogers by 2 strokes over 999 rated first round. So well done to him. Mike Foley in third. In MA1, Quinn Cheeseman, he's been performing really well recently, and when we head over to the power rankings a bit later, you'll see that as that's come through. He wins by 4 strokes with a 1009. I think that might be his first 1000 rated round over Luke Humphreys, Byron Salisbury in third. MA40, and it's Roger Olbra and Wade Cheatley who have to be separated via a playoff, despite Roger taking an early lead in this division. It goes down to the wire with Roger winning on the playoff there. Hayden Shaw wins MA50 quite comfortably. 2 938 rounds to bookend his tournament sees him win by 7 strokes over Owen Mandusodza and Ken Middledorp. Edwina Mandisodza comfortably wins FA 50. Nigel Hailstone is the winner over Andy in the head-to-head there, and Oscar Davis Kay, wins by 2 strokes off a Lockie Carey and Sean Aitken in MA2. Finally, in MA3, Mario Bratzer is 5 shots clear of Stephen Gardner, shooting 3 rounds. Check this out, Morgan. 887, 886, and 887. Some consistent golf.
Consistency got the job done.
It did on this occasion. Aria Paris wins FA3 with 3 rounds rated higher than her current rating. She wins over Libby Darrick and Rebecca James at Longueville. And that is Auckland Disc Golf Champs. It's I mean, a great weekend of disc golf all around. That weekend just before.
Yeah, 2 weeks back. Obviously, we missed last week's show, so yeah, recapping that. If you're wondering why we're going over these ones, just hot shooting. Big ups to Jake for taking down the dub on that one over Jacko. I can't remember if he's done that before or not. Off the top of my head, I don't think so. Not in anything that we've been covering. Not for first and second, at least.
Yeah, I'd have to check that. He certainly had. I think he's had a win before, but maybe not.
I'm pretty good at stats. I'm pretty good at stats, Matt.
Well, I know, absolutely. I mean, I'm just trying to. I think there was a time where he did take out a victory. There we go.
He's definitely taken out a victory. I just wasn't sure if Jacko was there or if he got injured. I just kind of remember something around then.
That's where it was. It was at the Extreme last year, 2024, where he beat Simon Feasey, Nicholas Goldner, etc. Beat Simon Feasey by 10 shots in that tournament. So Anyway, let's move on to Wahitapu, which was this weekend just gone. Morgan, you can take us through the runners and riders here.
Yeah, sure. Let me scroll back to the top here. Up into MPO division, we'll just start right there at the pointy end. Ben Wheellake down out of Queenstown gets the job done with a 12 under par, shooting a couple of consistent rounds of disc golf with one brilliant round of disc golf of 49 in round 2, taking it out over Mikey Yu, who threw an ace on hole 17 during round 2. That helped him get to his 10.28 rated round right there. He was clawing it back, and he said to me after the round, he goes, "I'm going to have to push so hard tomorrow to get the job done." Only problem was Ben was pushing equally as hard. So, yeah, big battle right there, big battle. Followed up by Daniel Hunter in third, Benny Quinn down in fourth. Ben Quinn, not quite on the podium, but still stepped up to MPO again, obviously, and showing why he's there. And probably also showing, I think there's a number of players out there that are pretty similar players to Ben Quinn they don't have to, but I think possibly could start shifting up to MPO and finding themselves maybe not quite at the top yet, but in that top portion. So he's a good candidate to look at when you're going, maybe should I make the move? Down into FPO, Alison Tweedy did not get off to the hottest of starts compared to the other ladies, but she does drag it out down the stretch and gets the W over Echo Lee in second and Haley in third. Down into MP40, the Silver Fox Dom Hayden with a 6 under par, 5 shots clear of Roddy in second and Smokey in third place there. Headed on down to MA1 where Stefano Marchi from Queenstown
just before we carry on, sorry, Morgan. That's quite just to MP40. That's quite a scalp for Dom to beat that field with Johnny Ferrari and Hemi there as well. That's quite a strong field.
I mean, the strength of the field actually goes all the way down to the bottom right there. Andy Clun actually pulled out in the last round on hole 2. Felt super bad for him because I was on MPO coming in behind him, and I found him searching for a disc, and he had just decided at that point in time, I'm done. And at that point in time, he was leading the tournament.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so an interesting one. It was very tight at the top. Andy shooting a 9.78 first round. Not so hot in the second round, but I think he was still holding on to that lead. These things happen. He still stuck around and had a fantastic weekend. And it was so good to see him too, back from overseas. But yes, you are correct. A big scalp for Dom. 5 shots over Roddy. And yeah, that is a stacked field, right? We say MA40 is the best division, but I mean that's a very, very strong field of players in MP40 for Waihi. Down in the MA1, Stefano gets it done by 6 strokes over Riley and Swanee. Stefano, he's an interesting one. I had a chat with Stefano after the tournament, and he's asked me, do I think that he should move up to MPO? I said, I don't think you have to. I don't think your rating is to a point where you should have to by any stretch, because he's been getting some good wins. But that's because he puts the effort in, and I think he's playing. Currently, I think he's playing in the right division. But next season, he is one that I would love to see step up, because I think he's in that Ben Quinn territory. In fact, I think they're one shot apart for the tournament there. I think he would be at the pointy end as well of MPO pretty damn quickly.
I mean, he's had a lot of podiums this year, right? So in MA1, right? Queenstown Classic finishes on the podium, Tucker Beach Rush on the podium, Out of the Trout, Blood Sacrifice, wins Generation Open. There's a lot of good results at that kind of MA1. You might be saying, and he's thinking it if he's coming to ask you, is this the time? I mean, only he will know, but we shall see. I mean, he's playing.
But also, you have the right. You have the right to stay and play to win divisions, right? You're not. He's there to win, and he's only 937 rated currently.
Well, 945 actually. He got a bump on the last update.
Oh, he got a bump. Okay, so 945. So, but he shouldn't feel pressured to move up. I know we talk a bit of shit on here, and we give the old sandbagging joke, but that's just us being fun.
Yeah,
I think I genuinely think he may have had a comment made to him at the weekend. I have zero idea, okay. But I don't think that's the sort of thing that should be thrown around at a tournament. It's the sort of thing we throw around here on the show. The two people that are allowed to do it.
We're just being dicks, but yeah.
So I'm just going to put it out there. I do not think that he should in any way, shape, or form be felt like he needs to go up, because he's in the right spot and he's winning, and that's your problem if you can't win, if you can't beat him.
Fair enough. There it is.
Yeah. There it is. Hot take. Riley Bruce, second, 2 over, 4 over, Swanee. Nicky Day in FA1 gets the job done, smashes the field, takes out the W. And then we head down to MA40, where I think this was the biggest win of the weekend. In your favourite division, MA40, Warren Dewhurst getting the job done over every single other person that's in that division. I said it to him. As soon as I seen him after the round, I said it to him when he took his prizes.
That's a strong
I think that's the biggest win of anybody in the entire tournament. So again, hats off to you, Wazza. Taking down Calvin by 1 stroke and Stu by 1 stroke, and Ray just a few behind that. Head on down to FA40, and Marie Cummings gets it done over Tui Smith. Well done again to Marie. She's taken scalps all year long. Down to MA50, where we did have a very, very good battle unfold here. Mark Robinson was leading the way from round 1 through round 2, playing some very good golf. Papa G showed up in round 3 and went, hold my beer, shoots a 9 under par, 981 rated final round to take the W. And he got himself an ace in practice round as well. He's just had himself a hell of a weekend, does Papa G. Down to the FA50 ladies division, Debbie Mills takes out the win before heading up. After coming down from the Fault Line Fury the weekend before. She gets the job done by a few strokes over Jenny and Eileen. And then down into MA2, where Toby Sutherland with an 8 under par gets it done over Tommy Blomfield and Rob Tadman and Dave Sammy Nielsen. Some great scores out of MA2. There's a couple blokes in there I'd love to see move up. Rob Tadman. And then MJ18 started off pretty close, but then Connor did his thing and just really put the hammer down. And 6 under par got him a huge win this weekend up at Waihi Tapu.
Yeah, 970 third round. That's incredible.
Yeah. No, like incredible shooting. We had pristine conditions on the Sunday too. It was perfect golfing weather. We had 4 aces this weekend too. It was pretty cool. One of them coming on hole 5, which is 1 or 2 years before you would have won 10 grand. So yeah.
So well, that's four 4 is incredible. Morgan, just before we move on to the SGM, which happened a little bit earlier on to today.
Yes.
I want to point on something that happened on Saturday of Fault Line. So this is 2
you're about to
weekends.
try and call me out for something I did over the weekend. I was like, here we go.
No.
There's more than one thing.
No. This was at Fault Line. So you can picture the scene. I'm at Fault Line playing on a modified hardcore park, which is hard enough at the best of times. And now they've just put in a whole load of new holes and made championship tees. I'm struggling along to try and get any birdies at all, and maybe hitting one or two, languishing. And then I get a picture message in our Sweet Chain chat of a scorecard of you and Adam going 13 under par at Queenstown Gardens. I presume it was Queenstown Gardens that you were playing.
Oh, it was just me, not Adam. He was like way back.
Oh, okay. And you were like, oh, look what I just did. And I was thinking to myself, this guy. And I don't know if you knew how I was the audacity. But then I looked at the scorecard and what are you doing? It was like 45 meters, 55 meters, 52 meters, 31 meters. And then like the longest par 3 was 80 meters, right? And you had 3 par 4s, and like the longest par 4 was 120 meters. And I was
what you're telling me is you couldn't get a birdie, so now you've got to bring the Queenstown Gardens, the oldest course in New Zealand, into disrepute because you couldn't put a disc in the basket.
I was just saying that I didn't really need a screenshot of your putting practice whilst I'm trying to hack my way through Fault Line Fury on what is, I believe, the second oldest disc golf course in the country, and like having a bit of a torrid time. I did show the screenshot to a few people, and we talked about. We talked about South Island par 4s, and even South Island par 3s was a phrase that was mentioned that Brett's just reminded me of as well. So yeah, that's
I did take that as my serious practice round though. I did not throw one disc until I teed off at Waihi on the Friday from that round.
80 meters was your longest par 3.
Oh man, I didn't design the course. Calm down.
It was outrageous. Anyway, I'm over it now. I'm moving to Queenstown. No. So let's move on. We are going to have a look at the SGM, which happened earlier on tonight, actually.
7 o'clock tonight.
7 o'clock. Now, we're not going to go into all the kind of full details of the constitutional changes and whatever, but needless to say, the things which happened.
There was really only one big change. There was really only one big change that they went over at the SGM, right? And that was, I mean, obviously to change the constitution, but it was based around memberships and how that looks. So right now, by signing yourself up to any NZDG tournament, you automatically get entered into the roster of NZDG players, members, right? As of any tournament after the South Island Champs, which is happening from tomorrow morning, you will have to opt in to become a member of NZDG. If you have played any tournament in the last 12 months right up to this weekend, you have another 12 months of automatic entry into the membership. But after that, you're going to have to opt in. What that looks like after another 12 months, I don't know. They're going to be working with Sporty. They haven't drafted up anything that's been put to the people yet to see how we have to go about that and what that entails. So I think a lot more details are going to come out in the coming months, probably leading into the January sort of region, I would imagine. So yeah, just stay tuned on that one, guys. That was really all they covered.
Yeah. There'll be some news, I'm sure, coming out from NZDG, some comms just summarising what happened. But yeah, that's what happened. Right now, also some things which have been happening is there's been some announcements some of the American players who are going to be coming over to New Zealand next year to play in a series of events during the Tour Down Under. So the ones who have been confirmed are, I believe, and I apologies, I haven't got this quite on my screen right now. But the ones that have been confirmed are Paige Pierce is the kind of the number one perhaps that comes to mind. But also in addition to that, Kat Murch is coming along as well. Which is I'm particularly looking forward to. That's I think she's a very charismatic player.
Who doesn't love Kat? Who doesn't love Kat? Tell me.
Absolutely.
Right now. Because if you don't, get out of here. And
obviously has been playing relatively well this year and has had a good year as well. So that's going to be interesting to see. Sophia Donica and Taylor Chosek are coming back. So they were with us last year and are coming back for another go, which is great to see. And they'll be going up against all of the top ladies in New Zealand. So they'll be playing up against Alison and Nicola and Michaela and Hayley, etc. So that's going to be great to see. Now over in the MPO side, who have been registered like American players that have been registered who might not be immediately recognizable. Perhaps the most recognizable name of the new names is Bradley Williams, who is coming along. Been playing for quite a while now, and so that's going to be exciting to see him play. Eli Swanson, who was here last year, and Aidan Scott, who actually won Topor last year, also coming back as well. So, and there's also a rumor that that Gannon might be coming over. I think he dropped something into an interview that he did after.
I was about to say, where did you hear that? Are you just like dropping news?
No. He said it in an interview about something about coming to New Zealand. But I mean,
I'd love it. That would be so good.
He's not on the list so far.
I mean, they've still got a lot of. I'm just looking at the Australasian Open page at the moment. There's still a lot of sponsor exemption spots there that they've left open. So who knows? We've got a little bit of time. I think we probably are going to see some really big names join this list. I'm excited.
Hope so. So we'll keep an eye on that and let you know of any more that we see or hear as the weeks progress through December. Next up, we are hosting. I hope you know now. Sweet Chain Nation. Now, Sweet Chain Nation is a series of tournaments. I think we can pop them on screen now. If you haven't seen, they're taking place all over the country. So you got all the way down to Invercargill, Queenstown, Timaru, Westport, Christchurch, Wellington, Topor, Auckland. There's an event somewhere near you. And the idea is that to try and get as many people playing disc golf on the same day, sanctioned disc golf on the same day as possible. Okay. So in the many cases, the entry fee to get into these tournaments is super low. It's a 1-dayer, 2-round event. And we're trying to get as many people playing as we can. Tom's just going to whisper in my ear that the number of people that we have signed up across all the events is 250. So now we need to hit 297 to get the record, I think, for the most number of people playing sanctioned disc golf in a day. So we're only a few off that. So look at seeing if we can do it. I know Wellington's got a little bit more to give, I'm sure.
I can see that Invercargill's only got 13 of the 72 people signed up, Matt. Obviously, they've just had their they've had their situation. Didn't mean to bring that down a notch at all. They've just had their situation with the course down there. I have been assured that there will be an Invercargill tournament. So you guys can sign up to that and know that you will get a tournament, the TD. Well, actually not the TD. So Bray is still working with it right now, but Robbie Gill is quite likely going to be stepping into that TD role, or at least helping Bray with this. And they have said we will 100% have a tournament in Invercargill. So please, guys, get yourselves signed up, commit to it, and give these guys even more reason to make sure they get it done.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be brilliant on so many levels, right? I mean, I can think of there's just so many reasons why this is cool, and you're going to want to be part of it. One is you want to be part of history, right? If it's the largest disc golf day in the history of New Zealand disc golf, then you're going to want to be part of it. So get yourself along to one of these events. The other thing I would say is some of the people who are behind these events and helping to organize them are TDing for the very first time.
Yes, they are.
Which is brilliant, all right? Because you're seeing experience and being generated from people who have never run tournaments before will now have some experience of doing it, right? And I think that's absolutely fantastic. The other thing I'd like to shout is Westport. Westport has got like have sold out already in the vast majority of the Westportians.
Westportians.
Yeah, one of them.
Ooh, I like that.
The a vast majority of those players playing down in Westport are juniors, so it's a really good entry event for people who, for if you're not sure or whatever. The Butler asks, I think I asked this last time, but am I correct that you don't need to be a PDGA member? You do not need to be a PDGA member to play. If you have family members who are not PDGA members, or you've got friends who are wanting to give it a go but not perhaps willing to commit to a PDGA membership, totally understandable. Get them involved in these events. You do not need to be a PDGA member.
Let's just clarify that also, and just broaden that. You don't have to be a PDGA member to play basically any tournament in New Zealand.
No, that's true. There's only a handful that you have to be.
Eight tiers you have to be a PDGA member. Outside of that, you can play any tournament and not be a PDGA member. So, I mean, if your friends, your kids, just any of your mates that want to sign up for this, have a good time at Sweet Chain Nation, get them signed up for the next tournament that's local to the area. Keep them going, keep them rolling, keep the sport growing, and this is a great stepping stone for people to get into the sport. We've got young Sylvan May Martin, Haley Flintoff and Kyle Martin's son playing over here in Queenstown. Just got signed up about 48 hours ago.
I remember when he was born, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, not it wasn't a big event or anything, but like, But I can remember when that happened, and so that's incredible. So a few other things that are happening just around the country that I'll call out. Topor Rich has just let us know that all Topor players go into a draw for a bungee jump. That's outrageous.
Oh, let's go.
I think I might sign up for Topor, let alone the Wellington one. But that's incredible. I'm running the Wellington one.
Hey, how about this? Sign up for Matt. You sign up for Queenstown. I'll buy you a bungee jump. All right.
No, I've got a bit. I can't organise a tournament remotely. I'm not sure that works quite as well. The Wellington event is being played on what's going to be a brand new permanent install. So the course has been played a couple of times for kind of design purposes and kind of scoping out, etc. But it will be going in the ground as a permanent install very soon, and this will be one of the first tournaments that's going to be played on that kind of layout. So that's going to be at Moonshine Park, which is going to be very exciting. So there's loads of stuff. Each event's got something a little bit different about it. Auckland's doing ratings based divisions, so everybody gets put into the same pot, like we saw with the thermal throwdown. So each event's got something slightly different, or some little quirky bits and pieces going on about it, or a particular element that makes it a draw. But we're all coming together to try and break the record here and get as many people playing sanctioned disc golf on the same day as we possibly can. So get involved if you haven't already. In most cases, the Wellington event's $20, and I think that's on the more expensive side. Large part of that, in fact, half of the entry money goes into supporting the install of new tee pads at Moonshine Park, which is the course we're going to be playing, right? So by playing that event, not only are you being part of history, but you're also supporting the local club and helping to get another disc golf course in the ground in Wellington with proper tee pads and all the rest of it. So get involved. Now we're going to move on to the odds now for GCO, but before we do, producer Tom is going to very kindly put the link to Secret Santa back into the chat because
his
Secret
face
Santa
right
makes
then.
a return.
I wish you guys could see him sometimes.
I may have put him on the spot slightly. Yes, so the follow the link. It's in the chat now. To that, if you want to be involved in Secret Santa, it's been a lot of fun over the last couple of years. We've done it. This is our third year doing it now. And so if you've got any hidden gems in your disc catalog that you'd love to share with other people, then this is a great opportunity to do that. Remember, the minimum is one brand new premium plastic disc, but other than that, go crazy, and you're encouraged to. It's going to be good fun. Finally, you've got about 3 or 4 minutes until we do the draw for the 500 giveaway, which is there's going to be 3 draws. Each one will win a Page Pierce Undertaker. Looks a bit like this. We won't make Tom do all the palaver with his cameras again, but you've got a Scott Stokely signed Pekka, and you've also got a
Halo Mako 3 from Japan Open.
A Mako 3 from the Japan Open. Now, I think there's 61 people entered so far. So if you want to get your name on that list, Tom's going to make sure that no names are repeated, because there have been some sneaky ones of you who have put your name in to the hat more than once, and so Tom will be doing his best to sleuth those people out.
Matt,
anyway.
Matt, I'm just thinking back to Wahine Tapu, and just one story I want to share from the weekend gone by is we had multiple duck races and other challenges to get into the skins match, but on the Friday evening we had the annual polar plunge, which got cancelled last year due to adverse conditions. So this year we were like, we're definitely getting in there. So we had about 40 plus people down on the lake's edge. They're all waiting for me to get there because they wanted to know what they were doing. I got down there and I was like, right, guys, come on in. Right, we're going to do this polar plunge. There's just a couple of rules, all right? First rule, when you get in the lake, you have to go head under all the way. You have to dive in.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's okay with that. Second rule, you must stay in the lake longer than me. And faces just hit the ground.
There's a man who has an ice bath every night.
I think a good number of people there knew what they were getting themselves into at that point. So I'd say we had 5, 6, 7 people just like not even get in right off the bat. So that's some numbers down. And then we got in. It was cold. And then I sort of took a few steps out, forgot there was a shelf that drops off, and I fell back under the water, head under twice, and I was like, oh my God, I'm actually cold. Oh, shit. And then I was like, right, pull yourself together, man. And then I'm sort of like just getting in my own zone, and I open my eyes and look around. There's just Connor Rance there going, get out of the water, man. Get out of the water. What are you doing? I was like, I'm not getting out now. So we made it for about 5 or 6 minutes, which is a pretty decent amount of time in water like that. And I was like, right, if 2 people get out the water, I will get out. And they're all sort of going at each other, going, get out of the water, do it for the team. And I'm just sort of backstroking around in the water at this point, just laughing. And I was like, wow, no one got out. They were all super stubborn.
Wow.
So I gave them all another 2 or 3 minutes, probably closing in on 9-10 minutes, and then I got out. But that was a hell of an experience. it was just a good time for me watching everybody suffer just a little bit, because there's money on the line. They're out there trying to earn their spot in the skins match.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well done to you guys that got out there and got amongst it. Sorry, Connor.
Yeah. Right, now, Morgan, let's just have a quick look ahead to this at the Garden City Open.
Yes,
because it is South Island Champs, and so it's a big event. It's a major, and in MPO, we mentioned it before, but Levi Stout is the odds-on favorite here to win. He's at odds of 3.4, with Andrew Popham, Jasper Vandermeer, and Francis Orange at 15s, or rather, I should say, Daniel Hunter, Jack Maffey, and Isaac Latter, all at 15s. Outside of that, I mean, you've got that kind of chasing pack of 6 players there. who will all be trying to take down Levi. But even outside of that, right, you've got Sebastian Faulkner,
It
Magnus
goes a ways
Davison,
down. Yeah.
Ethan Stout at 32-1, right? Is just
Yep.
is just silly odds, honestly. So there's a lot of value to be had. Even someone like Phil Botter, 23-1 to place this weekend.
Sammy Likens in there as well.
Absolutely, it just goes all the way down, which is
does.
fantastic to see. Outside of Levi, who are you picking?
I reckon Popham's going to put in quite a good stint. Well, not
Yep.
stint. He's going to go all the way. I don't know if he gets him across the line, but I think you'll see him pushing for probably that second place position. But you never know. The conditions are terrible in Christchurch today. I haven't looked to see what they're doing this weekend. There's not really any local edge just yet. I mean, the course has been in for a few weeks. I don't know how much edge that gives you, really.
A few of the locals will have been around it a few times, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not somewhere you've been playing for a year or two that you're just, every single line, right? You're still probably figuring it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And down into FPO, 4 of the top 5 ladies in the country are competing here. Alison Tweedy is following her win at Wahitapu. Hayley Flintoff is second favourite. Michelle Simpson and Nicola Stout a bit further back. This is going to be a pretty hotly contested division, I suspect.
Yes, very much so. Which way does it go? Nobody knows.
Any of 4 or 5 ways, probably. Be interesting. In MP40, Simon Feasy is the favourite here. Slightly over Mikey Yu after his second place at Wahitapu. He'll want to go one better at GCO, I'm sure.
I think if Andy Clun comes in like he did this last weekend, I think he's a very strong contender for that top spot. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. In MA1, Joel Maunder and Bailey Gardner are the favourites, but Quinn Cheeseman, he's been playing some good golf recently. Took the win at Wahi, and that wasn't his first win either. He's been in the top group for a few tournaments on the bounce now.
Yeah. Sorry, Kev Carpenter's taking this one out.
Okay, there you go. 26-1.
I know he's in the chat. 26-1, light work.
Yeah, you can make some big bucks there, and people might need to. We'll have a look at the leaderboard after and see where we are. In FA1, Sarah Wadsworth is the favourite going in up against Stephanie Stridham. So it'll be interesting to see here. Sarah, I think, is on 4 tournaments in the last year. So what this will mean is she'll make an appearance on the power rankings for the first time if she completes this event. So that'll be interesting to see how that occurs. Stu Gilchrist is the favourite going in to MA40, despite Warren Dewhurst taking the win out in Wahi. But it's a lot of the same crowd that played at Wahi there, Morgan, with Lance and Kelvin as well.
Yeah, I mean, this honestly could go any direction. MA40, the best division, with gentlemen are just striking at each other the entire weekend. I would love to see a win for Stu Gilchrist. Just being my Queenstown compatriot here. I could say the same for Arne Burgess. Yeah, go on, Burgie. Let's get him done.
I think that Steve Lawson could perform well here as a kind of a +1 to the North Island. So yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, and obviously best of luck to old fart Phil McLeod, who's playing this weekend as well. Another old fart, Kath Headley, is the favourite going into FA40 over Marie Cummings. She's the favourite by some distance in FA40 at odds of 1.7 to take out the win. MA50, Hayden Shaw is the odds-on favourite here over Gregor Brosnahan. It's going to be difficult to look beyond Hayden, honestly.
Is it?
Do you think he's? I mean, it won't make it easy, right? There's going to.
I don't know, man. I thought I'd just step. I genuinely thought I'd just step to that conversation with a big wooden spoon and see what came back. Okay. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I mean, go no further right off the bat than looking at the ratings. He's got 35 ratings points over Wayne Brown in second place there, 36 over Gregor Brosnan. Gregor gets the benefit of being in his own bed. That's probably worth at least 10 ratings points. Same with someone like Andrew Faulkner as well. I think it's the Gregor versus Hayden show this weekend, and I'm just looking forward to seeing how that one plays out.
Yeah, another good battle. In FA50, Debbie Mills is the favourite here, taking on Janine and Deborah. In MA60, Andy Brewster is the favourite. He's a past winner of the South Island champs, so we'll be looking to take out another title. The odds-on favourite in MA60. FA60, Julie Newell and Donna Cormack will go head-to-head with Eileen Doricott as well. In FA60, Richard Cook takes on Donald Booth in MA70. And in MA2, Liam Spronken is the favourite in quite a deep field. And there's some good players in this division that it's going to be interesting to see. You know, names that we come across periodically in the hot scores, etc. That could decide that they want to make a push.
I keep calling for the Joseph Ball win in MA2, and I swear he's got to pull one out for me soon, because hell of a player, Mr. Joe, all the way from B Luff down in the deep south. Doesn't get much further south than that. So I'm gonna put some marbles into Joseph Ball this weekend yet again. Hey, I just want to make a comment back up, and you don't have to scroll back up there. I'll just put this out there for the people. What division are these fellas and the young fellas? MA50. There's a couple names located at the bottom of that list there. They may have been on your list, but Leon Botha, and Iran Blumenthal, neither. No PDGA ratings on them. Sneaky outside chance here. I've seen Iran play some good golf recently, and I know Leon can do enough to get to those top spots too. People may forget.
Leon's 21 to 1 and 6s to place. Iran's slightly longer odds than that, but there could be some value there. There's definitely value outside of MPO. Probably there's, in fact, outside of Levi, there's value in most of these divisions, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Right, back down though. You were at MA2, down into FA2.
FA2, Christina Orr takes on Kate Pickerley and is the favourite there. In MA3, Brandon Thompson, Kevin Parker, Shane Cullimore, not much them as they head into MA3 in a pretty deep division as well. It'd be interesting to see how that one plays out. In FA3, it's Alexandra Luafutu who is the favourite against Julie Cornus. And in MA4, Anthony Gray, Shane McConnell are the two favourites here. Battling it out at the top of MA4. Connor Rance,
sorry, carry on. I thought you got to the bottom. You carry on.
No, I was going to say Connor Rance will be looking to do a repeat of Wahi's win with taking on Cole and Grayson. And in NJ15, Sebastian Stridham takes on James Parker and Noah Gardner. Finally, in FJ15, it's heads up between Hayley Rance and Mackenzie Craig.
Here we go again. What I was going to say is because we have this platform and I have the ability just to stop the show and say things. Thank you very much, Matt. Unless Tom mutes me, please don't, because this is important. Up at Wahi, just one last thing. Every year we have an award. It's the last award we give out for the tournament. It's called the Mana Award, so basically the Spirit of the Event Award. I have zero idea if he's in the chat right now, but he had to rush off before the prize giving, and he obviously had no idea he was winning this award. But Shane Cullimore of Christchurch was presented with our Mana Award, and that's given by the player who won it the year before. So Adam and I gifted it the first year, which was about 6 years ago, and that's just gone on and on and on through the players to the next player. This being the last Wahi, Shane is the recipient of it for the final time. And if you are watching, I agree, you are probably the most deserving person to win that trophy this year. So well done, sir.
Well done indeed. Indeed. So now let's keep people waiting just a little bit longer before we do the duck race, or the duck races, I should say. Let's have a quick scoot over to the power rankings. In the ladies division, Alison Tweedy is back on top, overtaking Hayley Flintoff thanks to her win at Wahi Tapu. Echo Lee is up 4 spots thanks to her second place at Wahi, with a win over Hayley. In the men's division, Daniel Hunter drops 5 spots to 10th, and Ben Willake is up 12 spots to 12th. He's back. Big movers. They are the big movers from the weekend. Warren Dewhurst climbs 51 to 95 as a name that we've mentioned. And Stefano Macchi is up 18 to 53. Sorry, Morgan.
All right, I was about to say, I've heard a little rumour that Mr. Willake might be moving to Christchurch. Ooh. Oh, okay. Just another one in the wheelhouse of Christchurch.
Well, we shall keep an eye on that. Now, let's head over because it's duck race time.
Duck race time.
Oh my word! I don't know what's going on with his screen either. Let's chuck it on screen and see what happens. Are you able to?
Hang on. Do you have a green screen on it? Is it because you've got blur on? Okay, well, this is mad. I want to see how this plays out. He's saying still for time, but awkward silence might be just as
copy
good.
A list. If you have to go off the page here, Tom, make sure you copy the list of names because it will be a pain to try.
I said to Tom, if we get more than 100 people signing up for the duck race tonight, Matt, that I was forced to purchase the premium duck racing membership last weekend, so now I can race up to 1,000 ducks at a time for the next 4 weeks. It's an incredible scene, seeing that many ducks on there.
Topo Rich makes a good point. Whilst Tom's trying to figure out how to start a duck race, somebody has run away chain tipping. I don't know if you've seen this, Morgan.
It's not me.
It's not you, correct? Steve Lawson, who you remember is one champ. Has got a balance of 1.8 million coins. Thank you, 2 wins primarily that he got last week. I don't know if are we any closer? I don't know if we're any closer. 2 wins that he got last week, which produced incredible returns. I think he had it was 25 to 1, and he bet 15 grand on it or something. It was silly, and he had 2 of these, and he successfully picked out, I think it was Toby Sutherland to win in MA2 or MA3 from a week or so ago, which was pick, and just goes to show that you can really come from nowhere and perhaps take it out. So
1.88 million versus 74,890.
Well, what it has meant is that Dane and Khalil have gone all in this weekend.
Yeah, true. Yes.
With Dane going in on Marie Cummings and Hayden Shaw, Khalil going in with Toby Sutherland and Khalil. So we shall see. We are all good for the duck race. So here we go.
Duck race time.
Best to commentate as we go. Oh, there we are. Right. So. So yes.
All right. This is for the Japan Open disc team, the non-signed disc.
The Japan Open. So Topo Rich is leading with NZU Kiwi in second place, and it's taking ages to update. It's buffering on my side. Those 2 are still, but it's been. Tracy Prey is in the lead. I think Nally NZ, who's going to frying donut is the winner. So Frying Donut, please to your name or say hello in the chat. And get in contact with one, or probably get in contact with Morgan actually, because he'll need to sort out how to get it to you. And yeah, so
tell me who you are,
Frying Donut. Right, the next disc we're going to be doing is the Scott Stokely signed Pekka, which was the gold one that producer Tom has put in, and off we go. And yeah, they're all going for it. It's buffering a little bit my side, so it's going to be very difficult. Mungo Jerry's in the lead there. Arm Burgess in second. Scott Yu is is in third coming through. Tom Baker, who is in third place there. The Mantis doing well. And here we are. Who's coming through? And it's Dane Gardner is the winner. So congratulations, you've won the Scott Stokely signed Pekka. Well done to Dane. Frying Donut, that's Jason from Wellington. Excellent. Well done for winning that. Final race now is underway, and this one is for the Paige Pierce signed Undertaker, and we're off already. There's just so many names.
Just let it happen, Matt. And over these next 16 seconds, we'll just go, thank you very much, guys. That's 500 of you that have been supporting us for the show for the last X amount of years. Means a lot to us. We do our best to come and see you every single week and give you the best content in town. Just thank you.
It's hell of a close, this one. NZU Kiwi is the winner of the Paige Pierce signed Undertaker. NZU Kiwi, if you could let us know in the chat who you are, what your name is, and all that, and then get in contact with me.
Congratulations, guys!
How you get that? It's Gary Jarvis is NZU Kiwi. I know him very well.
Gary Jarvis.
Pass that on to him next time I see him. Excellent stuff. Look. First up, thank you so much from us at Sweet Chain for getting us over the 500 mark. It's been a journey, if you like what we do, please consider giving us a subscription and a like. It really does make a huge difference. If you want to go further, then patreon.com/sweetchainlive is a good place to go. And thank you to people who support us on Patreon. It really does make a huge difference to us and the team here. Morgan, anything before we go?
No, sir. Just good luck to everybody playing GCO this weekend. That's all I've got. And thanks for everyone that joined us last weekend.
Absolutely. Very best of luck to everybody playing GCO this weekend, and wherever you're playing disc golf, take it easy, play well, get some birdies, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.